Few things parallel feats of German engineering, such as the Schnitzel, Doner Kebab, and 3 Series Beamers, aside from VW AG's Polo 9N Mark IV. Produced from 2001 to 2005, this was VW's 4th iteration of the hugely popular Polo model. This one in particular is a 1.2-liter 3-cylinder petrol with a 5-speed manual transmission producing 47 kilowatts or 64 horsepower at 5,400 RPM. Under the hood, you'll find the car's battery rivals the motor in size, but overall, the bay is extremely spacious due to the small engine, which makes getting around real easy. On the right side behind the battery, you'll find the ECU, and besides that, the brake master cylinder. Also besides the battery, you'll find the fluid wiper funnel. The battery itself has this great little housing, and in the top tray of the battery, kind of under this lid, if you click it down, you'll find the battery circuit fuse. On the left side of the engine, you'll find the coolant reservoir, and towards the front of the engine, the oil filter. Also next to the head of the engine is the AC loop valve or port. Here I just want to exemplify how easy things are, and I'm pulling off the headlight caps, and behind these you'll find the H7 bulbs if they ever go out to replace them. Now this car was produced by VW AG and leverages the best engineering from across Volkswagen brands, delivering one of the highest performing engines ever to hit the market. And if you don't want to take my word for it, I'll let the sound and acceleration speak for itself. One thing I like about this gearbox in this car is that it will pretty much sit in any gear at low speed, and this makes driving around a city or country road driving quite nice. One downside is once you're on the highway, you run out of gears pretty quick. Alright, now for the interior. This place is fucking class. You have electric windows, power locks, and electrically adjustable and heated mirrors. Holding the lock position and unlock position in the door's lock cylinder allows you to adjust both the passenger and driver side windows up and down. Moving into the cabin, you have an easily accessible fuse room. The fuse layout is conveniently detailed on a nice little card, and there's also a little fuse remover tool. Turning the headlight adjustment knob allows you to activate your daytime running lights and then your normal headlights, and pulling it out activates the fog lights, which on the 9N is a single rear left taillight. To the right of the headlight adjustment knob you have a little scroll wheel, and on the left side you can adjust the interior lighting brightness, and on the right side the headlight level. The center console is simple with hazards and a rear defogger in the center, a radio, and at the bottom, climate control. The radio is a personal addition of mine and probably the best 30 euros I spent on the car. It is Bluetooth, which is the only thing you really want, and it auto connects when you start the car. Further down the center console, you have a surprisingly usable but not that great cup holders, and then at the front a little ashtray which I use to put coins in, and a cigarette lighter slot. The stalk on the left side of the steering wheel has indicator controls, and if you pull it back you can flash your high beams, and pressing it down activates your high beams. The right side stalk is a little more involved and essentially has all the controls for the wiper blades. So pulling it back activates the front windshield wiper cleaning, and pushing it back activates the rear windshield wiper cleaning. You can also push it downwards to activate the front wipers once, and then pushing it upwards activates kind of a variable speed for the front windshield wipers, and then you can fine tune the speed with this kind of little toggle wheel at the top. On the bottom you have a reset button, and on the right side you have two buttons, and I'll get into those in a second. As I mentioned before, there are two buttons on the right side stalk, and these let you toggle through and reset different parameters in the central display. When the car is switched off, this will always show the time. Under both front seats you have these little convenient drawers where you can store some small items, and the front carpets also have these little tabs which make them easy to remove for cleaning and otherwise secure in place. The roof has standard mirrors in the sun visors, as well as a dome light in the center, and at the front of the dome light, this little flap. I have no idea what this is for, but I think it's to block out the sun when you look in the rearview mirror. A small little touch here are these grab handles, which are soft closing all over the car. Speaking of soft, we get to the seats. Now, these seats are of the finest quality cotton and wood, and much like a modern Range Rover or Maybach, these seats have every fathomable degree of motion, including plush and fully adjustable headrests. The trunk of the car is fairly sized, but the best part lies under the floor. Tucked under the floorboard is a toolkit with a jack, lug wrench, and a tow bolt, and beneath that is a full-sized wheel. Having a full-size spare has come in clutch for me, and most alternatives limit you in both speed or distance, so I'm really thankful to have this. Now when it comes to trunk space, you're probably thinking, how could you use all this room? Why would you ever need more space? But if you want to see something truly impressive, you have to fold the rear seats down. This configuration will give you something like the carry capacity of an F450 while maintaining the car's clean aerodynamics. Anyway, that's about all I have, but in all honesty, the Polo 9N is, in my opinion, a great little car. It certainly isn't a highway cruiser, and you probably won't get any speeding tickets, but it will perform everything you need adequately. The 45-liter tank will probably get you 800 kilometers depending on how you drive, and it has all the basic features you'll need. It's reliable, inexpensive to maintain, and pretty good quality. For reference, as far as I can tell, the car I have is purely original, from its steel wheels and hubcaps to the glass and interior trim, and it's almost 20 years old with 155,000 kilometers. Even though it isn't packed full of features, it feels well thought out and sufficiently spec'd, from the full-size spare to the little fuse card, the gas hood strut, or the heated mirrors. The car doesn't have any smart features, so to speak, but it does automatically kick the rear wiper blade in when the front wipers are on and you try and reverse, as well as the recirculation should the air be on. It's little details like those which make me feel like the car isn't brain dead. Anyway, This car has been mine for about 2.5 years, and I hope to keep and maintain it for many more to come. It was kind of entertaining to make this video and a fun little project, so if there's anything else you guys want to see, just let me know and maybe I'll put it together.